Hey guys, and welcome back again to me, Ben, playing City Skylines today in my city of Springvalley. Yeah, last episode was kind of a new thing that I started here in my city of Springvalley, and I focused on building this new/old district named Cherry District. I included a couple of things here, like this mall that you can see here with the parking lots to the left and right. So it slowly fills up, and the good thing is that also my other residential developments here in this district are getting denser and denser slowly over time. It's still not ideal, and I've faced a couple of challenges with my residential buildings over here because for whatever reason, I lacked water in that area completely. So a couple of buildings here were abandoned, and also this building that's currently rebuilding was also abandoned after a little bit. So what I did, I connected my whole separate water network lines across the whole city, across the whole area, except for one actually that I didn't connect up to the full or to the rest of the network, which is this one here, because it's kind of separated from everything else. So far, I have no plans for any further development here, but there are a couple of things that I'm planning to do in this episode, and the first one is, and I think this is one of the major steps forward, because I have to generate a lot more money for the near future, and I want to give it a try to set up a new forest industry actually over here. So by the end of last episode, or almost by the end of last episode, I purchased a couple of tiles over here. I'm using the 81 tiles mod, of course, because otherwise it would have already filled up or used up the available city space that you usually get when you're playing with the vanilla version. I think it's just those center 9 tiles or 9 tiles in total. First, I used the 25 tiles mod a couple of episodes ago, most likely 20 episodes ago, I guess. And then, I had to switch to the 81 tiles mod because I was facing train traffic issues, like a massive problem here in Springvalley, and it's still kind of a challenge, as you can see, because sometimes trains are piling up for whatever reason. So what I want to do here is mainly, I do not yet want to focus on my train connections. I'm curious whether I can serve all this forest industry that will be located over here with the help of this highway. Maybe I have to construct something to get the forestry products also to a different place, meaning over here somehow. I don't know yet how I'm connecting this up. Maybe I'm not connecting it up at all, and I hope that like all the trucks are going back and forth this highway here, either leaving the map, most likely leaving the map, because I'm not going to produce for my own purpose. I'm going to produce for exporting reasons. But that's another thing I'm going to check in this episode as well. And then second plan is, and I'm following one recommendation one of my viewers here, or my followers here on YouTube, provided me recently, which is adding a kind of a special thing to the city to make it more unique and more sophisticated in the end. And also Ray, thank you for your question. You asked me whether I will continue building on Springvalley, and yes, I can assure you I will go ahead building on the city, because of a few different reasons. Like, there are so many areas that I haven't built on so far, and I still have the plan to kind of revamp this whole downtown area. I want to loosen things up ever so slightly. I want to restructure my combination of residential, commercial, and office zones here, because I feel like it's very densely packed. I had a massive issue around episode 2022, I guess, with that district over here, as well as district because this was kind of my office center, my most downtowny area ever. And I had a huge amount of traffic piling up here because everybody was literally like going back and forth from their residential areas to this area here. So everything was piling up here. And then, as you can see, I'm also facing some smaller issues here. So yeah, there's lots to do. And obviously it's going to be hard to find an end here. But even if I'm planning to play City Skylines 2 at the very beginning when the game comes out for everyone, I still won't give up on City Skylines 1 because it's very sophisticated. I love the way this game works at the moment. I love the way that I have a lot of mods available that I can actually use, that I will definitely miss sooner or later, or maybe even sooner than expected, but I will definitely miss them in City Skylines 2 at the very beginning. So I want to make sure that I'm still using or playing both worlds, or that I'm not losing the touch of City Skylines 1, because it's an awesome game still, even if it's 7-8 years old, but it's still an amazing game with all the additions. And let's wait and see how City Skylines turns out. In case just before I'm getting started, I want to ask you for following me here on my channel, and in case you want to leave me a comment, leave me a like here. I would very much appreciate if you did so, because this isn't over. The journey has just begun for me. I want to grow this channel as big as possible, and as long as I have fun publishing my own content that I very much like. And without any further ado, let's get started planning things. But before I'm actually doing that, I'm quickly, oh no, gosh, you see it, like it's happening again. I quickly paused the game, like all these houses have trouble getting enough water, and it's kind of a bummer. I don't get it where it's coming from. Like, you see water lines running straight here. I have full water availability. I have almost full tanks. Sewage drain capacity, there is a lot left. Water pumping, water consumption. I don't know where this is coming from, so I have to get a better. They are lacking water, but how can that be? I simply don't get it, to be honest. And I'm just wondering, I'm afraid of letting the game run again, because I'm facing these issues back and forth so many times already that I do not really know what to do about this. Fleet vacuum trucks, the center of flooding buildings. No, but there are no flooded buildings. But still, I could use such a center somehow, somewhere, maybe. I'm not sure. Well, I want to add one of these centers here, but obviously it's not like this won't change a single thing when it comes to my water issues that I seem to have here. And I actually do not at all understand where this is coming from, because everything is supplied here. Like, I even made sure that I have enough connections going back and forth from there. And I'm even considering to, like, everything's blue, and now I'm starting to have problems here. So if any one of you has a hint, has maybe an idea where this is coming from, full water supplies, everything's there, and now it's solved again, almost. It's solved again, and I don't get where this is coming from. Here, Yeah, see, I have the same issues. And I'm wondering why this is the case actually. There is no reason for this, at least based on what I can tell. There is simply no reason for those houses not having any water. I don't know. I don't get it. So I'm demolishing again 3 residential houses here. I'm just going back to the standard view here. I'm demolishing these and just hope that they are rebuilding ASAP. So where is this coming from? Too undereducated. So do I have school coverage here? But that shouldn't make any kind of difference here. Not at all. Like not a single bit should that make any difference. But still, I'm adding schools here in the hopes. Honestly, I can't tell. I can't tell where this is coming from. I have no idea. And you don't have, like, what? I wanted to delete you anyway. Because, yeah, this is one of the things that I forgot by the end of last episode because I was losing money. And by losing money, I mean a lot of money on a constant basis. So I almost was back down at 1 million. And this is far too little for what I'm planning to do here. So as you can see, I bought these tiles here. Maybe I'm going to buy 2 more just to make sure, just to be on the safe side. And now I have to do something that I usually don't want to do. And this is using the render mod because I need to change the dynamic fog settings for this episode, I believe, because otherwise I won't be able to fully build on this area. It's going to be challenging anyway. So, however, let's get started with this episode and let me first lay out my new road network here for this whole district and thing here. And I'll be back for you as soon as I have a better idea of what I'm actually doing here. So let's get started. And since I want to build something bigger here, I think I'm going to pre-plan everything with those regular gravel, 2-lane gravel roads, because then I can at least think about the sheer size of of this whole zone industry area a bit more, and this will hopefully produce a lot more products than I actually need. And I also hope that like my industry and my people and everybody still develops as it's intended to be, because I'm currently aware of the fact that I have literally no demand, most likely no demand for any industries, but that might significantly change by after adding such a huge forest product thing industry here. What I'm also thinking about, and I'm like going massive, I'm really going huge here, extending the whole thing right until the end of the forest, the forest here. And maybe I'm also considering to, let me check. So probably no, okay, I used again the wrong one. Knew it. I'm probably using this here as a pure industrial thing here. And then, I'm sorry, I have to go back and delete everything that I created here. But that's going to be fine. So I'm doing that right away. I'm always getting confused, like, but it kind of makes sense. Like when you want to start an industrial area and you want to use up some of the resources that you have in your town, you should use the industrial district thing. And I'm so much looking forward to City Skylines 2 when you actually can use nodes to lay out your industrial districts. I think this makes way more sense, makes things way easier than it is right now with City Skylines 1, but I still hope that they provide or still provide us with the option to use a paintbrush, because sometimes I believe it can be even easier to just paintbrush things instead of laying down nodes here and there. So I'm using this whole forest here, and I'm just putting in one main building for this forestry industry, because why should I use 2 or 3 or 4 or 5, which is something I would usually do when I was just or would just lay out smaller patches across my forest here. But this one will be like massive. It should be one of the main drivers of revenue and also my industries. Maybe I'm completely over exaggerating things here. Let's wait and see. I'm curious to see what comes from it. So moving forward, I'm taking care of the road network, and I'll be back for you most likely in a couple of minutes. So thank you again for joining me today. Please keep watching. Please stay tuned. I'm letting you know in a little bit as soon as I'm done what I'm actually planning to do here. So I'll be back for you, and thanks for joining me today. So, a couple of things I actually want to check before moving ahead. So what I built here is my main building for the forestry industry right there. And then I also laid down some workers' barracks I took care of, luckily, because I always missed it, or usually I always miss that. I already laid down my water resources, my wastewater management, and some distinct power supply that's only like responsible for serving this little district with enough power so that they can function and work properly. And I'm also laying down the power lines already in advance, because that's another step that I'm occasionally missing. And you might have seen me missing that in the past quite a few times, but this time it's going to be different. So what I built here are a couple of warehouses, a lot of warehouses actually, and I want to give them direct highway access. And before I'm restarting the game or changing it again to the live mode, I want to take care, or at least have a look at my budget and finance things, because I need to get a better understanding. Like, forest is giving me a lot of income, because I'm not sure how much am I importing income expenses. So that does not really tell me. It does not really tell me how much I'm importing and how much I'm not importing. I'm just wondering, like, the policies don't do a thing. The water surface tool doesn't help me. Monuments, it's not important. Unique buildings, blah, blah, blah. So I don't have any insights. Oh, probably I missed something. Just let me check it again, because I want to like budget things here. I think I want to bring this up again to 100. Not 101, but 100. Yeah, doesn't really matter. Loans, blah, 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 investments. So I have no idea about how much I'm actually importing here. So there are, now comes the challenge for me to set up the connection to the highway properly. And this is what I'm doing right here in the next few minutes. So I'll be back for you in a bit. But as soon as that's done, I'll make sure that we let the game run for a little bit, just to get a better understanding whether everything's working or not. I'm wondering whether I should create something like an underpath here. No, maybe not. I'm creating an overpath, like my standard connection, highway connection that I usually use across my city. So I'll be back for you in a few. Thanks for staying tuned, and let's see how this whole industry thing is developing over time. So I'll be back. So I'm curious to see whether that like standard on and off ramp thingy here that I created here actually withstands the traffic that's most likely getting into town, thanks to this new huge forest industry. And I'm still not finished with that, not at all, to be honest. And I'm lacking water. I almost assumed that. This is actually nothing new here for me. episode again in this episode here. I'm just connecting things back to where it should be. Gosh, guys, why is that missing anything? I don't get it. I honestly do not get it. I'm curious whether that changes anything. Does it? No, it does not really. Oh, this is the reason why. Because I haven't connected my water towers here. How stupid. Okay, it's all supplied with water. Perfect. All supplied. Even the wastewater management is good. So what else do I need here? I need a higher capacity helicopter depot, and this should sit right there because I will for sure need it somehow in this district. And I also want to make sure that I have enough watchtowers here overlooking the whole thing, the whole area, because I don't want to run into any fire issues over time. Now I'm letting things run, and I'll watch it for a few seconds because I just want to make sure that I get a better understanding of how this all is performing. So the first trucks are coming in, and I think this is most likely due to the fact that I set these warehouses all to balanced. But what I'm trying to do here is setting some of them to empty, because I want to get a better understanding how this inflicts or improves on my monthly budget that I actually have. So I'm slowly but steadily running out of budget here, which is a bit concerning, to be honest. But I guess a lot of revenue is coming in hopefully anytime soon. So I'm wondering whether I can incorporate here some seedlings or fledglings here. Yeah, it's too small for this here. There it would work, but I'm also wondering whether I can't. Yeah, I can even put in a bigger one here, which would be nice actually. So at least 3 of the fledgling things here. They are all up and running, so I'm losing a significant amount of money here. And I think it will take a while until my industry actually picks up their business and whatnot. So I'm just double checking what else am I missing here. Like a sawmill. I need a couple of sawmills here for sure. So I want to make sure that when I'm choosing this here, the industrial road should run probably from here to there, and I'm just checking whether that's enough space for my sawmill. Yes, more than enough. I will need a couple of these, to be honest. I'm just squeezing it in at the moment. Also taking care of the water supplies here. That's looking good. All fine, I just need more resources, but they will be delivered sooner or later, I believe. And then I want to check on the other types of buildings that I still need. Biomass pellet plant. Is there room for one more even? I don't think so. I could have 2 more here, but I would also need some water here. And I'm using on purpose one-ways here because I want to make sure that I'm getting a better understanding of the traffic flow in my city here, or in this industrial district. I want to understand where people are coming from, what they are doing, what the trucks are doing, how they are behaving here. I'm hugely investing in this thing, as you can see, because I think it's important to keep up with the demand. Is there any kind of helicopter thing? No, not really. Where is my police? Higher capacity police helicopter depot. So I want to utilize one of these buildings here as well, because who knows what happens in this district. So I'm letting things run now for a bit, and I'll be back for you in a few minutes. So while I'm almost back, I would say back to normal, like losing only a bit of money here, I established here another industrial zone that's purely focused on forest industry products. And I'm curious to see how this develops over time, whether there's enough demand in the long run. here I am back again. I took a little break in between and I just wanted to give you an update. Like, I have a cat. He's called Mogli. He's black, he's huge, like 7 kilos heavy. It's not really heavy because he's bigger than a regular house cat or European short hair. And like, I heard him screaming and hissing downstairs, and I heard another cat screaming and hissing. And just a couple of days ago, we had actually one of our neighbor's cats, a small gray little tubby cat, visiting us at home. So I think Mogli got scared, the other cat got scared, so I had to go downstairs just to make sure that there is no cat fight going on. So I'm very sorry for this short break in between, but I want to give you a quicker update on what I did here and what I was trying to accomplish here. So the thing is, I have a demand, and I had a way bigger demand in like residential zones. I still have a medium demand for commercial zones, which is kind of concerning because I already built some commercials here. But this is still not like solving my issue, I think, that I have currently. My number of citizens is increasing, that's for sure, but I'm still losing money, and I wonder where this is coming from actually, and I have to dig deeper into this. So currently the forest industry is not driving me any kind of true profit here, but I'm not 100% sure about this, to be honest, because like it could be, yeah, it's only like level 3 forest, I don't know, forest related. Commercial, high density, low density. Of course, they are paying the highest taxes, most likely. Then my citizens are giving me a lot of revenue. 630 and expenses, but where are my highest expenses? Like, it's not parks, it's water. Well, let me check one thing, because I want to make sure that I'm not overdoing things here. I want to open up the water availability panel here. Yeah, I want to destroy this, because I strongly believe that should do it, at least for now. So the costs are lower. Heating is kind of an issue too. So all this heating thing that I introduced here, I think it's not really worthwhile heating output. I'm not sure whether this is worthwhile keeping for now. So I want to demolish that. So I have to really do some like expense management for now. 45, that's really high. Police department, banks, expenses. Emergency services is so huge that I almost want to consider bringing it down to, let's say, 70, back 75%, so 25% lower than it was. I'm curious how that changes. Parks are big, and my industries are spending a lot of money. Yeah, I think I should crank that up. The airport is just big. That's just big. But I'm getting slightly closer. The residents are still making the most revenue. The second is the income from industries. I'm wondering where that is coming from. So my forest industry is losing a lot of money. And is it due to the fact that I do not have any train line coming in here? Can't imagine that this is the reason. Could that be the reason why? But don't underestimate the truck traffic. Like, I have an industry mod active, which might be the reason why the truck traffic is still so low. But on the other hand, should I probably just set up a big train line thing here? Maybe. So I'll have to purchase, let me check into that, this square here as long as I can. Then making sure, and I'm using the parallel roads network roads tool here. And again, something I would so much appreciate when City Skylines is up and running and actually available. So, but I don't want to have this road here. But for now, I think it simply doesn't matter, because I want to replace that by a train line. Maybe I should make this one way in, one way out thing. I'm not sure yet. I'll just keep it as is. So let me check on that. You cannot replace a railroad track by kind of road thingy here. Okay, I have to change that. I'm gonna move that out by 25 meters. This should be okay-ish. And then I want to have this running back into that. This running back into that here. And then I also want to have like two. Let's set it up like this. Maybe that should work. It's always guessing back and forth whether that does really make sense to have two separate things here. Can be challenging, or might be challenging in the end. I'm curious whether that works. I'm almost certain that this does not work. Like a triple crossing and that small space, that's gonna be a challenge. Yeah, but let's wait and see what happens. That's also another triple crossing here. I'm gonna give it a try. I'm gonna give it a try for sure. So what do I want to see here? Trucks coming from here. So I'm curious whether that works. I'm not 100% sure about it, to be honest. I'm wondering whether that works as kind of a transport hub for my industries. I'm not sure about this yet, but I still experience a huge amount of demand for my residential zones, and I can't imagine honestly that it's only all about residential from now on. Can't really imagine or see that happening. Or maybe I'm just going for just for one thing here. I'm also like expanding this further out because I want to make sure that I'm not running into any train traffic issues again. I already had enough of that. Not in this episode, but you're not using this connection, I believe. Maybe not. Maybe that's too strange here. Is that connected? Yeah, it is. So sorry, train, for disturbing your flow here. Yeah, of course. That's something that should not happen at all. Oh, come on. Yeah. Again. Let me check in. That train shouldn't disturb anything here. It should not even exist anymore. Yeah, for some reason, I don't know, this is kind of a ghost train here. So sorry for messing up with you. Trains, I'm very sorry about this. Maybe now we see the first train coming in here. No, it's not yet the case. This might take a while. This might honestly take a while. So yeah, a production is up and running. I think there's nothing missing except for a lot of residential zonings, and I'm wondering how to solve that. I already added up a lot of residents here. Oh cool. Residential zones here. Water tank usage, so there's more than enough water pumping capacity available, to be honest. So reducing some of those. Yep, I want to reduce it. Let's check and see. It shrank. But maybe I no longer need those. Could be. I didn't like these anyway here at my highway entrance. But this is kind of a signature thing here. Not for me, but for the town itself. It was kind of a signature thing. That there were a lot of water towers actually at the very start of it. So I'm still producing 4 million in water. So let me check in with you. Maybe one. Only one should be enough here. So I'm reducing my costs as much as possible. So that's something I can change. One of these small water towers, I'll keep it. This one should be done. That one, does this have a water tower? No, it doesn't. That has a small one, which is okay-ish. 2 big ones, not necessary. Not important at all. Does that connect up anywhere? Okay, I'm connecting you guys into one network here. Because even that here doesn't really make sense, or it's not needed, I think. And what else? What else do I have? Oh, there are 2 wastewater things. I need 2 of these. One should be already enough, or even none. I think even none should work. And having 4 of them here is a bit too much, I believe. Just curious, water availability. Ah, still good, isn't it? Still good, I would say. I would say it's still fine. There we getting rid of something. Getting rid of something here. Yeah, so maybe I'm adding one in that I removed from. Where did I remove one of the last ones? Just curious. That runs in the street. I'm putting another one in here. And this is kind of ridiculous here. Where is that going to? I had this once with some pathways, underground pathways, and now it happens again with my water lines, and I'm wondering where they are. Just gonna delete these. Oh, I'm back in the plus. Wow, amazing. I'm just checking garbage processing. That's kind of an issue there, but why is it always like being picked up every once in a while, and then again it produces some garbage? Garbage should be fine. The school is okay-ish. University. Healthcare is good. Death care is okay. Childcare is okay. with you, honestly. Sorry, my cat. Complaining about the other cat. But yeah, he's right. He's right. He should complain. For sure. I don't care about this forest fire thing here. I think I should just use it for realism purpose. I'm proud of you, boy. I think I should just include that realism thing whenever I need it, because otherwise it's gonna be way too much. And honestly, if it starts burning, but it won't, as I'm not playing with disasters here, and it doesn't inflict like anything on my population or the demand for anything population related. I strongly believe that should remove just some of those, because it doesn't even change the hazard warnings for my city. So I was a bit, well, I wouldn't say a stupid move, because sometimes you definitely need those watchtowers, especially when you're playing with disasters, but this is something I usually don't, because like I'm building this city out of the joy of building a city, not out of the fact that I want to play a disaster thing here, or a disaster simulation, which is maybe something I might want to do before I'm completely switching to City Skylines 2, but right now I'm far from it, to be honest, because everything I've seen so far, it kind of excites me on the one hand, but on the other hand, it kind of makes me a bit nervous that it will take a long time before we will actually be able to play City Skylines 2 in the same way of fashion how we are playing City Skylines 1 at the moment, especially for all those, and I'm not even one of those who are deeply into decorating things, but still here and there I just want to follow some ideas or follow some concepts that I might have, and this is just, it's a bit scary, but yeah, we'll get it sooner or later, and then we'll have to see whatever comes out of it and how we like this new game. But I very much appreciate the effort from the developers they put into this new game, because yeah, I've been waiting for that for a very, very, very long time. So I'm wondering whether that was a risky maneuver. You remember a couple of episodes ago I added in warm water lines just to supply or increase the demand for my residents, but actually I'm almost certain that this doesn't change a thing and I can significantly lower my costs here by not producing any warm water. So right now I'm just wondering whether I still have enough energy. Yeah, I think this should be still fine. It's more than double of it, or almost more than double of it. This should be good. And yeah, what I did here is, well, I'm planning to have actually a couple more residential zones here, which is the reason why I was setting up this area for new developments to arise here. And I just want to make sure that they have enough. Like, I want to provide them with a huge park here in the middle. And for that, I also want to make sure that I have a couple of like residents living here in these smaller areas. I'm plotting down first some schools because I want to make sure that they can cover the whole area as best as they can. Then I have a university sitting here. It's not the worst place. Actually, maybe one high school thing here, and maybe another community school over there. And of course they won't have any electricity right from the start, but that's fine, that's okay. Then some doctors' offices, but just a few of these I think should be good. Then one big fire department eventually, one big fire department, and another bigger or smaller, I don't know, bigger police department. Yeah, this should cover the whole district. I also want to have a public library here. I didn't build one of those since quite a bit, to be honest. And I also want to add in a few doggy parks there, here and there. That should be fine there. I want to set up a park district thingy, whatever it needs. So, in a few things I have to think about. Definitely want to make sure that I will have some offices in between. And I do have a few commercial things as well, because without those, residents will hardly feel happy here, even if I do have a few other things, other commercials over here. So now eventually also want to put in a few more high rises there, but without adding too many of those, because I don't want to destroy the look and feel here. I also created kind of a hill here because I thought it would be nice to have this little rural distinction, or more rural-like distinction here between that district and like the rest that's in there. No, I don't want to add any office like zones here. Maybe some bigger residential things here. And then what else do I have to take care of? Like maybe this park here. I want to make sure there is an entrance for it, entrance to it, sorry. And obviously side gate with an exit here. I always love to use my forest brush revisited mod for these kind of tasks because it helps me create easily some kind of filling here for park areas like these by just placing down randomly a distinct selection of trees here. And this is actually a very beautiful park, I think. One of the nicer ones here, especially since it lines up directly with the houses here. So I fulfilled almost all the demand for commercial zones. Still losing for residential zones, I'm sorry, and I just want to make sure that I'm adding in enough commercial zones as well, because I'm lacking these at the moment, and I'm just slightly worried to be honest, that I'm running out of money again here. Like, this whole episode seems to be about money, and I absolutely don't like it because that's something I don't want to worry about. In City Skylines, let me check and see, maybe pine tree should be good, and then using this mod here by adding a few pine trees here in between. That should be okay-ish. Spacing back to somewhere closer to 10, because that's what I had before here. They're still snapping active? I don't think so. There's another commercial center here, so the demand is as low as it gets, or as it almost gets, and the amount of citizens is increasing and keeps increasing, which is good. And that nice little community here, Holly Garden, is improving way better than I thought it would be. That's always nice to see that. Just making sure that it's kind of separated and kind of secluded from like the rest of this area here. And maybe I also want to include 1 or 2 farms here. I'm just wondering whether I could potentially steal away somewhere something like a farming area, industry area. Oh, I don't want to have that. I again messing up. I think I should decrease. I think it's good having Lynn district that big here. Okay, but why is that the same thing here? That's a bit strange here. However, I have to work with that. So what I want to do is I want to include a small little farming thing here in Emerson's sector. I just want to make sure that it's dedicated farming thing here. And yep, going to my farm thing here. Well, first I'm placing down some roads just to make sure that I have like an idea of what I'm actually building here in between everything. That also looks good. I think I should just try to work with the given structure here, but that makes it even like more interesting, I believe. That's fine. Having workers' barracks here, and then having a few, just pausing it now because I will need some time to make sure that I'm not leaving out any space or valuable space here. Come on, one more. Yep, go here. You can go there. Oh, that's kind of weird. So this doesn't work. Not really. But probably that works pretty well. Maybe not this one. So I don't want to have a small... No, I don't want to have a flour mill here. Like Impala silo shed, maybe some grain silos here and there, and also some small ones, just to make sure that it looks a bit more natural here in this little thingy, this little area. What else do we have? Tool shed. Doesn't sound too bad. It doesn't look too bad either. That's fine. And I just have to add water in here. Not upgrading or downgrading anything. So let's have a look whether that's enough or not. But I think it is. And then it's again about decorating this whole thingy here in a good way. So I'll be back for you in a few seconds. So I think that does look pretty nice already, even if it wasn't really a lot of effort. So I just threw in a couple of fields and whatnot. I just might want to change. Like, I don't like these greenhouses. Let's change this to like something mixed here. Cotton, and let's also have some more corn here. I think we don't have corn yet. Yeah, that looks a bit more like a patchy thing going on here. Absolutely like that. And then I need the, I believe it, yeah, it's the traffic manager mod here. I want to disallow parking everywhere here, as it doesn't really help my traffic flow here at all. I will have a couple of bigger trucks and farm equipment coming through here, so I don't want to like waste any time, any space, available space here with having parking cars across my farm. I think this won't do any good for me. Yeah, this industrial area kind of, or commercial area, local produce area does make sense to me. So that looks really nice. So there was so many additions that I'm currently adding to Springvalley, and I'm slowly getting better at gaining more money. I'm curious, this is quite volatile, to be honest, and to be fair, but at least things are closing up here. And as soon as I get rid of my not notification icons, not buildings, not borderlines, I'm sorry, I'm always like searching for this here. District names. Yeah, this is kind of messing up my whole view on the city here. It's getting pretty big, and I think it looks even better with that being added here. And this could be one of the more wealthy districts in the end. But what I will also need, and this is something I occasionally forget about, to be honest, is another crematorium, because I have hardly any crematoriums across my town. I'm putting one down here, and I also like these sauna buildings. I like to have these spread across town because it always looks kind of nice. Do we need another crematorium here? Yeah, probably. Why not? Or was it a sauna? No, it was a crematorium that I actually put in there. There's a lot of traffic, and that's what I assumed. Where are all these people going to? So I have to wait and see, because I had some growth here with this whole farmland coming in, and I'm wondering whether those trains are actually connecting up to anything, or whether trucks are even considering to get here. Because right now I believe they don't, because it's not attractive enough to get there with this whole train station thing. But at least deliverables are happening or deliveries are happening, so this is kind of good, even if it required a bigger network here. Just wondering why some trains are choosing this detour instead of heading straight. That's one of the secrets of City Skylines, one that I will not really understand or don't really understand, to be frank. Yeah, and this here is not connected either, so I want to get rid of that because I don't need it any longer. And these guys are having not enough workers, which is kind of a shame because, yeah, there we have a little community of people maybe needing some work. And then there's something else. I'm just checking, like pollution isn't a big thing. Not at all. What is this here? Oh, I'm sorry for forgetting about this. This was covered due, but why is this a pollution thing? This was covered by the warm water things before. So noise pollution is quite heavy here. Crime as low as it gets. Transport, I have no transport options here nearby. That's okay. Population. Importing goods. Exporting things. As there is not a lot of export happening right now. Import nothing. These are importing. I don't like this. Goods, but what kind of goods are you importing? Can I find this out somehow? No, I can't really find this out. Probably I can create something like an industrial hub here. Let me first pause the game and then continue working on this industrial hub here, because I want to know what kind of unique factories I still have here. Okay, the steel plant needs to go somewhere else. Maybe over there. And the steel plant. So that's kind of huge what I built here. That's quite a lot, to be honest. Maybe too much for my taste as well. So now I'm leveling things out and I'll be back for you in a few minutes. I believe having this transport tower here isn't a bad choice, because actually public transport is getting more and more important, and like traffic management and everything else related to that. So the last bit and piece, I built so many things in this episode and I'm wondering what I'm still missing. Like I haven't built this kind of unique thing yet, but I want to focus on one more thing, and this is actually something I want to share with you before I'm closing this episode. And this is special nighttime, daytime view thing, and then kind of an outro for this episode. I'm reaching 120k citizens, so there is a huge growth to be seen. Oh gosh, it's burning. We have a fire here. Anyone coming? I'm not sure yet. That can be a problem. This can become a problem as long as no fire department is reaching out here. Oh, there's a helicopter coming, I think. No, not yet. Like it's burning and nobody's taking care of this. Come on, move away from there. Going to gazebo, yeah, but the gazebo is burning. Man, move. People are just standing there watching. So do we experience? Yeah, we experienced something here from the fire department. They are on the run. All good. Thank you very much for taking care of this fire. But this is kind of an exciting, oh gosh, a lot of trees burned. A lot of trees burned down. Ooh, not so good. Yeah, you have to experience that every once in a while, I believe. It is the way it is. Things are ending here with this episode. I do still have some issues here and there, but we are getting closer. Like I'm no longer burning massive amounts of money. I'm getting closer to my 120k citizens, which is a huge leap forward. I think one of the last cities I've focused on was at 130 when I gave up, but I think I'll exceed this here for sure. I believe so. So if you're interested, like watch this outro that I'm creating right now. I'm spending some time on that. I want to thank you for joining me again today. It was a pleasure having you here watching this episode. Thanks for hanging in. Thanks for tuning in. It was a great amount of work, to be honest. So what I first planned out is just the beginning of... No, I planned out the whole thing, but actually what I started to build is only the beginning of a huge industrial area here. I did a lot of optimization along the way, like removing a lot of water towers. I took care of electricity. I removed my whole warm water thing here because obviously I don't need that. But it's been a long time since I've seen that kind of growth here coming in, and that building doesn't have electricity. How come? Okay, maybe it's just not enough with that little thing here. So I want to build a few more of these. Just line them up in a row, because otherwise I might run into issues here. Yeah, and I think I could even save some money here by removing again a few of these. So that should be it. So that should support my industry here, I believe. So I'm curious what's coming out of this. I do have everything here. Production value is good, is positive. Garbage. Yeah, let me take care of garbage now. Just to make sure. Pollution 25. I don't want to have any pollution thing. Come on. So unique buildings. Was it here? Was it there? I don't remember. That's a bad thing. Unique factories. Seafood. Furniture. I don't know. I don't remember. I'm sure it wasn't a factory. Ultimate recycling plant. Huge amount of garbage. So maybe I need something like this here. Just sitting right on this road. Or maybe here. Can I sneak that in? No, I can't. So I'm just placing it down now, using the move it mod afterwards. So I do have another recycling plant here now, which is great to have, because otherwise I might honestly run into big issues there. So that should produce power output. Okay, it's gonna be a huge difference, I believe. Just let me check in with that. Garbage trucks, 0 of 100. Yeah, I think it'll pick up a lot of garbage, I believe. And I could potentially get rid of some of the... Do I have police coverage here? Just checking. No, I don't. I think that's something I'm definitely missing here. What about garbage? So I want to have a look, because I placed another recycling plant somewhere across town, and I have to check. I want to check it so that I can make sure that I'm not running into any other issues here. Haven't I placed another recycling plant? I think I did. Sometime during this episode, I placed another recycling plant, and I'm sure I can delete some of these now. Yeah, I think I can, which should reduce my upkeep significantly. Garbage production. Oh yeah, I can remove a lot of these actually. Just want to keep a few of them. I don't want to destroy my whole natural thing here. Yeah, every once in a while I at least want to have one recycling plant, just to make sure that the coverage is good. That should be picked up anyway pretty soon. One for that. Yeah, I can keep this here. Let me check. It was a monument. Maybe I need one of these closer to here. So if I put it down there, yeah, I think nothing significant happens. So I can remove that thing here. I'm good with that. I'm completely fine with that. So perfect. Let's move ahead and let's move forward. Thank you for watching this episode. Thank you for staying tuned. It was a long one, a very long one. But I enjoyed it a lot, to be honest. I was a bit afraid after seeing so many city skylines. 2 videos that I might be a bit bored with City Skylines 1, but actually I'm not at all. Not at all, to be honest. And this is exciting. Like, I still can play a game that's almost 8 years old, which is great. And it still fascinates me so much. It really fascinates me. Like, this game, the whole structure of it and the whole way it works, the whole invention behind it is so good and it's so amazing that I still love playing it. Wow. Thank you guys for giving me a game like this. So I wish you a wonderful day. Thanks for tuning in. Have a good one. And if you want to join me with a couple of views across my city, please stay tuned. And I would like to thank you again for your time. Please leave me a like, leave me a follow. I'll be back for you soon in a couple of days with my next episode. Have a good one. Bye bye.